Marcy T was good. Morning. Let's deal with this shit. Yo. Gotta wash the poop on the ground. Anarchy was good. Yep. Same place. Same stairs. I ain't switching up. Well, I'll switch up, you know. But, you know, I'll be coming here quite often. Does Chris have his channel back? Marcy T? No? Well, good morning, folkers. Good afternoon. Good evening, wherever you're at in the world. Snapzilla Gorilla here. Welcome to the Definition of Anarchy. It is Thursday. What is it, February, what was it, 4th, 2021, on a Thursday. Yeah, you think I would just know right off the bat that it's the 4th since it's my birthday, but, you know, shit happens. Your boy turned 41 today. Yeah, it's my birthday. Yep, just turned 41. I'm gonna show y'all what the sky is looking at like out here. This is what we dealing with in SoCal, right? This is what we're dealing with right here, Southern California. A lot of overcast, a lot of fog down there. You know what I'm saying? That's downtown LA. Looking a little different today. You know what I'm saying? It looks like I Am Legend. That's funny. Yeah. Shit's crazy, right? Shit's crazy. You know what I'm saying? But it's clouding up big time, yeah. No rain coming, but you know. This is what it is right now. No rain. So who's up in here? Derek Williams. Shout out to Derek Williams. Shout out to Marcy T. Angel Slocum. Good morning. Alan Powell. Anarchy. I think I saw Black Spring up in here too, but you know, that was Alan Powell. Alan Powell and Black Spring has similar looking thumbnails if you don't look closely. So it's good, y'all. What does one do on his 31st birthday? Same thing I've been doing, y'all. It fell on a Thursday, so guess what? Had to come out here and get it in like I would on any other Thursday. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. What y'all got going on? This here is probably going to be a short live. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot going on, but not much we can really learn from. Marsha T says, I saw your video the other day. Man, you are a real man. Thank you, Marsha T. What video are you referring to? My last live stream? Derek says, had to pop in while on my lunch break. You look 31. Weight loss does that. Keep pushing. Thank you, Derek. You know, that's how I'm gonna do it. Okay. D Davis, how you doing? Old head Deuce, top of the morning. Darcy Williams says, we train continually. Watching you and Wax Dog when he did his pull-up video, set fire to me again. That's good. It should do that. It should do that. Yep. As I get older, you know, I actually feel like I'm getting stronger. You know what I'm saying? You know, maybe when I was in the Army, you know. So that was like 20 years ago. Well, almost 20 years ago. I'm at the fitness level I was when I was in my 20s, running around for the Army. You said I'm buffering? Okay. Black Spring was autumn was good. They go Black Spring with that French. It's knowledge, is wisdom, and all that. Darcy Williams. Just so y'all know, I should be doing a live stream with Sonetta tomorrow. Last I talked to him, I was like Thursday or Friday. He said that's what's up, so I'll be doing it tomorrow. I gotta get some things set up. You know what I'm saying? I gotta find a quiet place with a good internet connection where my kids ain't gonna be ripping and running. That's always a challenge for me doing videos at the house. Yeah, he wants to talk about my outlook on what freedom is. He's seen some of my videos, see what I be talking about. He's never really had anybody on his platform before that spit what I spit, so you know, he wants to get me on there. So yeah, I mean, it's all good. If I can reach a wider audience to spread the message of freedom and to explain what freedom really is, I'll do it. I'll go on anybody's platform where I can spread that message. You know what I mean? That's really what it's all about. Because think about it. YouTube is not going to uplift my channel all on its own, right? It's not going to recommend me. It's not going to do any of that. So any shares I can get, any boost from another platform I can get, it's all good. And I'll probably never be monetized. So, you know, it's not really about that. It's about getting this message out. Right now is the prime time because, yeah, so many people put in faith in, you know, Kamala Harris and Joey B. And we need to expose these people for who they truly are. And who they truly are corporate cronies who I hate that. There's a reason I do Ruckin' Lives here, right? Because I know shit shouldn't be buffering like that. But it happens. You know? So, it is what it is. So really, you know, he has a big platform. You know, that'd be good to reach a wider audience and to really reach the people that I want to reach. You know what I'm saying? Reach a more diverse audience. Well, it's not really a diverse audience. You know, if you know Sonetta, you pretty much know what he puts out. And he has an important platform. You know what I'm saying? He has an important platform because of his audience and the knowledge he puts out there. So I'll take advantage of that. You know, why not? All right, let's see. Blood Spring Autumn says, yes, thank you. Hit that like button, please, y'all. Yep, keep it on. Yep, got to keep you on your toes on my birthday, you know? Because the work don't stop because you get older. You understand? The work don't stop because you get older. The work gets more grueling. It gets more important because the older you get, the less time you have to do the work. So it's very important that the work you do is intensive, and you know, the work you do has to be intensive and impactful. So that's my goal this year. My goal this year, before I reach, I'm about to hit my 7-year cycle. So in the year of my 7-year cycle, I want to make an impact. So that means in 2021, I have to make an impact in some way. And so it's time to start stepping up to the plate more often. You know what I'm saying? Get more shit done. Derek C. Williams says, YouTube does not want folks to speak their view. You have to pair what they say. If you sound like CNN, you may get some shine. That and drama. Exactly. And, you know, I got somewhat of drama going on. It's one-sided because, you know, he is the coward. So, you know, But I be catching his little subs and his little videos, his little slick shit he be saying. You know what I mean? I ain't stupid. But yeah, I be doing that. Anarchy Television's in the house. AZ Infidels in the house. Good morning, guys. Dark Nebula's in the house. How you doing? Try it, buy it, sell it. Was good. Y'all should check out these creators' channels, man. You know, as one of my mods to be so kind as to put Anarchy Television's link in the description or in the chat, that'd be greatly appreciated. You know what I'm saying? He has good content. I saw him forging a blade. That was pretty cool. Watching the video yesterday. Crafting and whatnot, messing with his little CB radio. Everybody has something to offer. And when they put that knowledge out there, it's best to take advantage of it. You know what I mean? So, what else y'all got going on? Who's the oldest in the chat? Let's see, I'm 41. Who's the oldest in the chat? What's going on? So, now this is funny, right? This is funny. So AOC, you know, she's a drama queen, right? 53. Derek Williams, 53. Ladies, you don't have to put your age in there. It's okay. Try buy sell 54. You need a 10-meter radio. AZ Infidel set. Good looking out, Derek. Derek just posted Anarchy Television's link in the description. In the chat. If y'all want to check out his channel. So AOC, we know she's a drama queen, right? And this is why I don't understand really what the big deal is about this situation. But, okay, March T is 46. Okay. So, this is what's interesting about politics, okay? So AOC, we know she's a drama queen. And when they had that so-called insurrection on the Capitol, right? She claimed that on that day, people were trying to bust into her office and come get her, right? She claimed that they were trying to bust in her office and come get her. She even claimed that the cop that came to escort her out was out to get her. You know what I'm saying? She thought he was out to get her, right? Well, and then she goes on to tweet that Ted Cruz, you know, I think the congressman, or is he a senator or congressman? I forgot. Claimed Ted Cruz tried to have her murdered. Okay, so she says that, right? Just complete idiotic drama. And it turns out that she wasn't even in the Capitol building when it was getting stormed. Like, she wasn't even in that area when it was getting stormed. You know what I'm saying? Like, I forgot who it was. One of the other congresspersons were like, oh, you know, her office is 2 doors down from mine. You know, blah, blah, blah. The fact of the matter is she was not in any danger of being attacked during that so-called insurrection or insurgency or whatever you want to call it. She was never in danger of that. She basically lied, right? And, you know, could she have been frightened? Could she have been afraid just being in the Capitol grounds or whatever? Sure. But to come out and say that people tried to have you murdered and you weren't even there, right? That's where you put the icing on the cake. That's where you add those extras to where if Ted Cruz wanted to, could have her in a lot of trouble for that. So, but what's the point? What's the big deal? So we caught a politician got caught lying. This is the real kicker for me. A politician got caught lying. Let's see. Black Spring Autumn says kissing the heel and the bum. Exactly. Yep. Dark Neighborhood says, I think I'm 32. I started losing track after 30. I had to do some math every time. That's funny. Derek Williams says salute to the chat. That's what's up. So AOC got caught lying. But she's a politician. Right? She's a politician. What's new? All they do is lie. That's how they get into the positions of power that they get into. And that's how they gain control over the people. That's how they snatch our freedoms away. That's how they pass all these laws that strip our rights away. That's why they're constantly introducing bills that would strip rights away. And the reasoning for instituting these bills are lies. They manipulate numbers and statistics. You know, they play on your heartstrings. Every time there is a gun control bill introduced, they use emotionalism to get the people to back it up. You understand? They'll name the bill after an alleged shooting victim. They'll use a shooting in the paperwork to, you know, justify it. And then they'll call it common sense, gun laws, and all this other crap. These motherfuckers lie all day, every day. AOC just got caught doing it. So that's not even the tip of the iceberg of the mountain of lies that these people put out to us every day to stay in control. Their very existence is a lie. Their position in office is a lie, right? It's window dressing. It's a stage play. These people are actors. Let's see, what are y'all talking about? James Miller's in the house. James Miller says, what's your opinion about Lucas defending AOC and him calling out other YouTubers for it last night? He was ranting last night. What exactly did he say? Because I didn't catch all of his live stream last night. I could only watch about 5 minutes before I turned it off because he's so annoying. What is that? He defended her lying or what? Did he try to justify it, or did he do the so-called due diligence that he does to find out what's really going on, or what? What'd he do? I'll tell you what. Better people than him did a lot more research into it. And not only that, another congressperson pointed out her lies. So I'll get on that. I was actually going to talk about that a little bit. Pompeo said the CIA lies, chief steals. Yeah. All they do is say, yeah. They all lie. So now, let me tell you what's going on with Lucas. I'm going to tell you. Lucas has a vendetta against the Republicans. Okay? He has been shunned and ostracized by the Republican Party. So now he big mad. And every chance he gets, he's going to speak out in some way against them. It's not objective. It's very subjective. His viewpoints, when he does these things, very subjective, because what he's doing is he calls himself, he thinks, he puts it out there like he's a conservative, but he goes and defends. It's bullshit, okay? Let me tell you something. At the end of the day, he still plays into the left-right paradigm lie, even though he knows it's a lie. So he's a hypocrite, intellectually dishonest, and a coward, okay? So the reason he defended AOC is because conservatives like Brandon Tatum went after and made a video on the AOC about her lying. That's the only reason. You understand? Now, if Turning Point USA had chosen him and put him to the forefront and made him the face of Turning Point, like they did Brandon Tatum and Candace Owens, if Candace Owens was, his beard, you know what I'm saying? Maybe that could have happened. Maybe he could have got in with Turning Point like he wanted to. Candace Owens could have been his beard. You know what I'm saying? Pretending like she's, you know what a beard is. When a woman pretends like she's the girlfriend or wife of a homosexual. So she could have been his beard, and he could have blew up, right? But he felt slighted by the Turning Point shit. That's my observation. And so every chance he gets, he's going to defend the Democrats and try to make the Republicans look bad. It's very subjective. He has an agenda. His agenda is to go after Republicans as much as he can. It's very disingenuous. You understand? But I'm gonna talk about that. How is he defending? Did he actually defend AOC for lying? Or did he try to say she wasn't lying? Because look, she could have been frightened. She could have feared for her life. At the time, it was happening, right? But for her to come out days later, after Ted Cruz reaches out and says, I agree, we should look into this GameStop shit, she says, you tried to have me murdered at the Capitol. So that's where it went. That's where she fucked up. All right. She didn't fuck up being afraid during the Capitol insurrection, so-called, right? Good Lord.
Airbox with these motherfucking whites, I'm telling you.
Airbox. That was cute. She came out and said Ted Cruz tried to have her murdered. Tried to have her murdered at the U.S. Capitol. So that's where the blatant, sinister lie comes in. You understand what I'm saying? So, and what's funny with his bitch ass is that when Mike Pompeo said that Trump was going to serve another 4 years, he said, if he's lying, he needs to be thrown under the jail and he needs to be punished and blah, blah, blah. Okay. And then I did a video saying that if you start saying that people should go to jail for lying, when you can't prove it's a lie until the thing happens, right? So if Mike Pompeo says Trump is going to be the president for another 4 years, and hell, the ballots or the votes, the electoral votes weren't even certified yet, well, that's not a lie. That's maybe him being confident, whatever the case may be. That's not a lie until after the thing happens that you're supposed to be lying about. All right. But he says, oh, he's a public official. He shouldn't be lying like that. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, throw him under the jail. Oh, get him for this and that. Like the idiot he is. But when AOC lies about a thing that already happened, when she goes as far as to say that someone tried to have her murdered at the U.S. Capitol, first of all, what did Ted Cruz do? Did he send those people in there to specifically go after her and murder her? No. So you sit up here saying that Ted Cruz, hold on, I gotta set my lap. See, I'm gonna put my lap on here. That way I don't lose count. All right. So she blatantly said Ted Cruz tried to have her murdered. That's a fucking lie. But you're gonna defend that because she's a Democrat and Ted Cruz is a Republican, and you don't like Ted Cruz because he's a Republican, because Turning Point USA didn't want your ass, and also because, and this is where me and him agree. I agree with him on the Ahmaud Arbery situation, the George Floyd situation, all these other situations where the police did what they did, right? And Republicans went after him for that, all right? True enough, he did lose a lot of followers and subscribers when that happened. But, you know, the objectivity is gone. He presents it as if it's objective, as if it's logical, but it's not. So basically he's saying it's okay for AOC to lie about someone trying to have her murdered. But Mike Pompeo can't give a bold prediction that may not come true in the future. Come on. Y'all smarter than that, right? People need to use a little bit more discernment. When they choose who they want to get information from and who they follow, right? And who they gain knowledge from, we have to use discernment, because guess what? No one's infallible. You know what I'm saying? Myself, I try to stay as objective and logical as possible, and I try to remove emotion and my personal feelings from what I talk about. I give my personal opinions based on things that I've researched, things that I've heard, anecdotal stories, real evidence. I try to make my opinion based on things that have been presented to me that seem solid. And having taken the clear pill, right? You know, they got the red pill, the blue pill, and all that shit. Having taken the clear pill, the pill of clarity, where I understand that it's a left-right paradigm lie, and everything they put out is a dog and pony show, two wings of the same bird. If they were truly, if the left and the right were truly enemies, right? If they were truly so disparaging, I mean, if there was such a huge disparity in what they agree and disagree with, they wouldn't be able to exist in the same building, right? They wouldn't be able to exist in the same building. They'd have to have separate buildings. You understand? Let me tell you how I know this. If you look at a real government in another country where there is real dispute and real adversity and real opposition in what they want to pass and what they want to go on, these motherfuckers be fighting all up and through there. They will fight, throw chairs at each other. They'll come to fisticuffs. That might have happened a couple times in the United States, but that happens more often in countries where the banksters aren't in full control yet. So when you have a parliament, which is a little bit better than a two-party system. You know, a parliament is when you have multiple parties that have a certain percentage of control in that said parliament. So one party might have 5% control, 5% of the seats. Another party might have 20, another might have 30, 40. But every party has a say. Every party gets a vote, and every party has a chance to influence what goes on. So even if you have 5% of the seats in that parliament, you can still get your message out there and convince people from other parties to agree with you, because you might be aligned in certain ways with other parties, whereas, you know what I'm saying, even though you guys are different parties, there might be a lot of things you guys align on. They're just some small differences here and there that make you separate parties. You understand? But if the U.S. government two-party system was a real separate two-party system, then there would not, these motherfuckers would not be able to exist in the same building without squabbling. You understand what I'm saying? They would be fighting. If they really cared about their constituents, they would be getting it cracking. What do? They go in there and they toe the party line. They go with the narrative, right? So that's what they do. Lucas is full of shit. You understand? Lucas is full of shit. He's not objective. He thinks he's the smartest man in the room. He's really not. He's really the dumbest. But because he read a book called Verbal Judo and thinks he knows how to manipulate people with the gift of gab and all that shit, he thinks he can get people to say stupid shit so that he can go ahead and talk shit about them saying stupid shit. Right? He can call them idiots, morons, this, that, and the third. And usually the people that come in and talk to him on his video in call-ins and all that shit, they may not know how to articulate their points very well. So if he sees that you don't know how to articulate your points very well, that's when he pounces on you, and it makes him look smarter. Instead of holding up his own position with evidence and all the other shit, he'll attack you for not being able to articulate and make you look stupid. So that's how he operates. Okay. You know, he does some research and all the other shit, but what he'll do is, let me tell y'all something, man. Let me tell y'all, if you are presenting an argument, right? If you're presenting an argument with multiple points, right? Let's say you write an essay, an argumentative essay, right? In college. So this is the barometer by which, this is how I try to argue my points. Because, and this is how I learn. If you're writing an essay in a college or something like that, in an English class or whatever, and you're trying to present a persuasive essay, you have several arguments in that essay. You might have 3 arguments in that essay, right? So you have to have, for each argument, you might need, the professor might require 3 sources per argument, 3 separate sources per argument from credible sources, right? 3 separate, what they call them, sources, yeah. So from credible sites or from credible organizations or credible institutions. So they would have to be like an edu or a .gov or something like that, like maybe a scientific journal or something like that, where you know that what they have to present is vetted and studied and all the other shit. You would have to present 3 different arguments per 3 different facts or pieces of evidence per argument. If you don't have that, then you get you won't pass that. Your essay will fail. So he doesn't go by that. What he does is he'll say, oh, do a 5-minute Google search and you'll find it. So what happens is, and this is what most people do, and I'm guilty of it sometimes, what is called is confirmation bias. You'll go and search for something, and as soon as it says what you wanted to say, you go, bam, right there. That's it. That's called confirmation bias. So, oh, it took me 5 minutes to find something that says what I wanted to say. But if you were really to do real research, you would be like, okay, that says what I wanted to say. I'm going to set this over here. Now I'm going to continue looking. And then, boom. All right. Because guess what? In that essay, in your last paragraph, you have to come up with counter arguments for your very own arguments, right? And you have to present sources for those. So you have to not only have arguments, you have to have counter arguments for your arguments with sources. So that means that you have to find shit that goes against what your point is. But then you have to be like, okay, yes, while this is a good counter argument to what I'm saying, my argument is still better because blah, blah, blah. So you have to, that confirmation bias is rampant with YouTube scholars. You understand what I'm saying? It's rampant. It's so easy. It's always easy to find something that you wanted to, what you wanted to say, something that agrees with your line of reasoning, right? Because, like I said, I'm guilty of it too sometimes. You know, especially if I've already found evidence of something. If I research something and I find evidence that proves my argument, boom, I'll have that in my mind. And then if there's a variation later on down the road, and if it comes up again, boom, I might find something else that can be presented as evidence for my argument. And so, boom, I'll just stay right there. I won't look no further because I've already searched out counter arguments, right? Anyway, I'm rambling. The point is this: he ain't that smart. Let's see. Okay, Jay Miller said you shouldn't snap. He basically said that you shouldn't bash AOC for being emotional on social media during the Capitol riot. Even the rape case she's talking about in her personal life. Okay. Again, you can see that he's buying into the left-right paradigm line. You understand what I'm saying? Because he actually believes that AOC is being emotional about this. No, she's presenting emotion, an emotional thing. She's pulling at people's heartstrings to get her on her side. Listen, I don't believe her one bit. All right. She might have been scared. She might not have. But this, you know what's funny? So this is what I heard. I can't really confirm this. I gotta look into this a little more. She left. She wasn't in the building when it initially happened, right? So somehow, I don't know how true this is, but she ends up back in the building. She actually ends up in the building, in the Capitol, where it's going on, after the fact. After she already knows that people are up in there doing whatever. So how did she end up in there? If she was already safe and whisked away to a whole different location, if she was never in that initial location, why did she end up there after they had already breached the building? It doesn't make any sense. Anyway, look, like I said, let's say she was really scared during the Capitol riots. Was she afraid? Was she scared all those days later when she was talking about the GameStop debacle and Ted Cruz said, yes, we should have a hearing committee? And she told Ted Cruz that he tried to have her murdered. Was she scared at that time? No. So he's full of shit. Point blank in the period. Let's see. Marcy says she is a liar and it was all set up. She was never afraid. She is and he is, and his brother, sister is Hollywood witch Marina Abramovich. Yeah, she's a piece of work too. Marina Abramovich. All right, so Demon Grit is funny. James Millage says Lucas got heated when folks didn't believe in her, saying you don't know how she felt. But I get the part when it comes to victims, but at the same time I understand the politicians can be a little sus. And remember, this is the same cat that says he doesn't believe women, he doesn't believe men. He believes facts and what? Evidence. Okay? So now, without evidence and facts, just some emotional display or a reveal on Instagram by AOC, he's already on her side and believing her. So again, he is a walking contradictory, full of shit, child-threatening punk. He's full of shit, dude. And I continue to watch the channel because it's always good to watch your enemy. Because every time you watch him, he likes to hear himself talk. Granted, I like to hear myself talk as well, clearly. So, but every time he speaks, every time he rants, every time he gets angry and goes off, he reveals a little bit more about his frame of mind and the way he thinks. And anybody with some type of analytical skill can pick that out and use it to their advantage. And I've done that several times watching his video, watching his live stream. So I think the last time I watched him in one of the videos, he got real upset about something. Somebody said something in the chat. Now, mind you, this individual that said something he didn't agree with didn't even have an avatar. You know, it was a fucking letter. So he's getting mad at people's like, he don't even know how real these people are. But he's flying off the handle and exposing his BS and revealing himself. Yeah, go ahead. He's revealing himself, revealing how he thinks and where his mind is at every time he goes off. So I'm taking notes, mental notes. I'm gathering all the information. You understand what I'm saying? Because I ain't letting this die. I'm not gonna let this die until he faces me. Until he faces me and we get it in. Pause. And I'm talking about with this right here. I'm talking about, you know, hey, you afraid of the police coming to get us? Fuck it, get the gloves. You know what I'm saying? Until he faces me, which may be never, he may never, I'm gonna stay on his head until he faces me. But, you know, it is what it is. Let me see. Black Spring said, clear appeal, OTC. OTC meaning what, over the counter? Yeah, you don't need a prescription for the clear pill. You don't. If you want to take the clear pill, all you have to do is understand realize what's going on. Oh yeah, it's right there in plain sight. The lies, the manipulation, the media manipulation, all that shit. It's right there for you to see. All you have to do is say, all you have to do is acknowledge it. All you have to do is acknowledge it. Do we know to which degree the left-right paradigm is a lie? No, because on the very local levels of government, like the smallest governments, there might be some real shit going on there. But at the end of the day, they're Republican or they're Democrat, okay? And at the end of that day, at the end of another day, they're looking out for what their party wants. If they're not aligned with their party, for the most part, they're not gonna get any type of support from that party. So then they lose out, right? You know, that's how it works. You might be a genuine person as a politician, as a council person, as a mayor, but at the end of the day, you going with left or right. You might get a couple of independents in there, but what happens when an independent tries to go for a larger office? They have to choose a side. You understand? Let's see. Energy Television says, if we Americans really wanted to hold all these politicians accountable and convicted them of their treason acts, punish them to the maximum, yeah, they would be dead. Yeah, no, that's real shit. And that's not a threat. That is literally not a threat. It outlines it in 18 U.S. Code 241 and 242. If you violate or conspire to violate someone's rights, and it results in the kidnapping or the death or the physical harm of that individual, you can be sentenced to death. That's real shit. And they do it every day. They do it every day, all day. Every time they wake up, they're conspiring to take your rights away. And that violates 18 U.S. Code 242, 241. These cops that enforce these laws that are blatantly against your rights, you know, pulling you over because your tail light's broke. Fuck out of here. You're gonna pull me over, force me to have a conversation with you, force me to engage with you, right? Waste my time to tell me, shit. Ooh, God damn it. To tell me I got a broken tail light. Man, miss me with that. Ooh, I just hyperextended my knee, y'all. But because I take collagen and my legs are strong, I'm good to go. A little sore, probably be swollen. Probably be swollen tomorrow, but put some ice on it, take some CBD oil, some turmeric, I'll be good. I don't know how many times I've hyperextended my knee doing these stairs. That one was kind of super hyper though. But your boy is good. Your boy is good. Let's see. All right, let's see. It should scare everybody when they say it was bipartisan. Exactly, Anarchy. Anarchy television is right on point. And it's always the most rights infringing laws, the most rights infringing bills that get bipartisan support, except for when it comes to gun control laws. Gun control laws, they have to keep up the illusion that there's opposition. But when it comes to things like that, where gun control is on the periphery of it, like let's say red flag laws or like the TAPS Act, it's on the periphery. It's not really the focus. It's like on the outside skirt. It's on the outskirts of it. What that could result in your firearms being taken away and your rights being taken away. Like I said, like red flag laws, TAPS Act, shit like that. It always gets bipartisan support. The most rights infringing laws and bills get them, right? The Patriot Act, bipartisan, right? And they renew it every time. Why? Because it goes against your freedoms, 100%. It allows them to spy on you for certain reasons and get these FISA warrants and all this other shit. How do you think they allegedly got that for Trump? And they had to fake something. They had to allegedly fake a dossier to get a FISA warrant for Trump. You understand what I'm saying? The FISA shit, that's part of the Patriot Act. That's how that came about. You can spy your own citizens for whatever reason that you can just make up out of thin air. Imagine if they really did that to Trump, right? If they really did that to him, imagine what they do to a citizen that doesn't have the notoriety or shit, forgot to fucking do my lap. Doesn't have the notoriety or the stardom or the brevity that Trump has. Imagine how many individuals had been a victim of rendition and tortured and all this other shit and locked up in Guantanamo. Imagine how many people fell victim to the Patriot Act that we will never know about. And that got bipartisan support. No one blinked an eye. No one batted an eye. 9/11 was 20 years ago almost, right? But they keep renewing it. They keep extending the Patriot Act without resistance. That should tell you right there. All right. Let's see. Derek Williams says, outstanding breakdown of the two-party system, arguing from a position of objectivity and removing emotion. And we really need to be like that once you go live. Yeah. Word. Clear pill, baby. That's right. Ain't nothing like the clear pill. Always look for the opposing point of view. We are all guilty of confirmation bias. It's a human condition. Exactly. Like I said, I'm a victim of it too sometimes.
You on Instagram, maybe?
Huh?
You on Instagram?
No, I'm on YouTube.
You on YouTube?
The definition of anarchy.
Check you out.
Oh, that's what's up, man.
Of anarchy?
Yep. Yes, sir. That's it. All right, man. So, Interesting. Interesting. See, I'm always thinking. My wheels are always spinning. Dude wanted, I guess he heard me talking and wanted to know what my YouTube channel was. But I don't know. That could be one of, the Coward Lucas's homeboys. You know what I'm saying? Gathering some intel. It's always in my mind, bro. All right, let's see. Yeah, it's always good. Like I said, that's what I try to do, right? Because you always want to have you always want to know what the counter argument is going to be. Like when you debate people, you have your point by point arguments, and you're like, okay, now what could he say to go against my argument? I need to have a counter argument for his counter argument. You understand what I'm saying? So you're already going to look and find what could go against what you believe and what you're presenting, right? You know what I'm saying? Derek C. Williams says, one of the reasons I always say, it's okay, you judge if it's for the fact I don't have all the answers. No one does. But it's important to hear opposing points of view. I seek truth behind. Yeah, period. It's always good to fact check. Fact check what I'm saying. Fact check what everybody's saying. Those are the type of people I want who watch my live streams and get my information. Because they might be able to be like, hey, you're wrong about this. Look at this part. I found something that might be a little different than what you said. Or I found something that will add more evidence to what you said. It's always good to fact check.
I'm so sorry.
You know what I'm saying?
No, it's not your fault. It's just.
Let's see. Okay. One can think deeply and still be insane, but one can only be sane to think clearly. Mm-hmm. Exactly.
What's up?
All these government officials are threatening our future generations, our children's lives, and we must hold their feet to the fire. 100%. And we can't be afraid to do it. See, we need the enforcers, right? We need the enforcers they use to actually enforce our freedoms and go after the real criminals in DC and in the capitals. Those are the real enemies, because they're the ones conspiring to strip your rights away. Let's see. Oh, thank you, Ohead Deuce. Thank you for the birthday wish. 41 years old, baby. March T says 18 U.S. Code 1038. Whoever engages in false info or misleading anyone sued and criminalized. That's what's up. 18 U.S. Code 242 title 18, deprivation of rights under the lies of law. Vaccines, for example, and the pandemic. Yep. Oh yeah, these codes are important. Because what these codes do, if you look at them and look at their wording and look at who they're supposed to go after, it's every fucking politician. Every politician violates this. Every law enforcer violates it. And they all should be locked up according to their laws, right? It's a nation of laws. We got to do this, a nation of laws. Okay, well let's take it to 100 tilt. Let's take it full tilt then. Never say this is my car. Say it's under a corporation under the name, birth certificate. Facts. Marcy says,
You messed up your life.
no, you good, you good, you good. No, you straight. I believe in free speech. Marcy says, you are a natural man made of blood and flesh. That's what's up. Thank you. Marcy says, how can you scribble on a piece of paper? Right. The term, that's exactly what these elites use. Worthless eaters, man. Anarchy Television says, Marcy, technically, birth certificate and social security card is a contract that none of us has full knowledge of, and because we are entered into it, a contract. Yeah, we don't have an option. That's automatically slavery right there. If you're forced into something against your will and without your consent, that's slavery. You know, it's just a variation of slavery. You know. And then guess what? We have to operate and live in commerce using the fiat currency, which isn't backed by anything. So if you're working, if you're using your time and laboring energies to collect fiat currency, which has no real backing, then you're not working for anything, right? You're not earning anything in reality until you start using that fiat currency to purchase real natural resources, real obtainable and tangible resources that they allow us to do. They allow us, right? We have a certain amount of money. We can go out and use our fiat currency to buy land, to buy gold and silver, water, food, all that other shit. But at the end of the day, they can take it from us. If it can be taken from us for whatever reason, using a made-up law that turns you into a criminal without creating a victim, then you're a slave. Period. You're a slave. They saw to that in 1913 with the Federal Reserve Act. That just completed the process. Let's see. Yeah. So, you know, AOC line, that's just the natural order of things up there in the Capitol, out there in the District of Criminals. And the fact that Lucas can defend it because he's mad, because Big Daddy beat him to the punch, you know, it's really obvious. Yeah. See, y'all understand, AOC is a genius. A lot of people believe AOC is dumb. No, AOC is smart. She's very intelligent. She knows what she's doing. And that's why they chose her. Because they know that she can use emotionalism to the 100th degree, right? They know that she can use emotionalism to curry favor of the masses, make them feel bad for her, and use them as attack dogs. But she's not the only one. I mean, look how all these riots went down, right? There's so many of them. You know, they're saying, you got Ilhan Omar saying, oh, these riots, they're not riots, they're reparations. And you got AOC bigging them up, adding fuel to the fire. These people know exactly what they're doing. These people know exactly what they're doing. They want us to cause destruction in our own neighborhoods so that they can legislate away more freedoms. You understand? That's why Twitter allows Antifa to spread hate and violence. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what they want. They want Antifa. They want Antifa. And then what do you have? You have the prosecutors in these different states. These rioters will get arrested, and the prosecutors would have them released. You know what I'm saying? Have them released so they can cause more damage. They don't care about the cost. They don't care about George Floyd. They don't care about Ahmaud Arbery. They don't care about these people. What they care about is co-opting those issues, the Hegelian dialectic. That's what they care about. Co-opt the problem. They co-opted the problem of Ahmaud Arbery and George Floyd, right? What was the reaction? Rioting, you know what I'm saying? Destruction, murder, and all this other shit. What's the solution? Well, the solution, that doesn't come until after the insurgency, the insurrection, so-called, of the Capitol building. So now, what you have is legislation that would censor the shit out of people and get people locked up for saying mere words that could be construed as incitement. You understand what I'm saying? Why didn't they do that? Why didn't they do that when all these other riots were going on? Why did they wait until the Capitol? Well, they needed both sides to act crazy so that both sides could go along with it, right? And what happens? You have these Republican talking heads. They don't back these Capitol insurrectionists up. They don't back them up. They turn their back on them. And they say, oh, they shouldn't have done that. Something must be done. And what do you have? What are you going to have? Bipartisan support to get people locked up and whisked away for saying words, right? I mean, Joey B, he already wrote an executive order so that you can't say the China V. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just the start. It's gonna snowball from there. Let's see. Kevin Dugan says, what's up, Kevin Dugan? Well, they found out some things where we're giving of cancer and making their hospitals rich and using up all the inheritance. So they just kept giving us cancer. Yeah, they're treating the disease, not the patient. See, that's what happens. They treat the disease, but they don't treat the person with the disease. They feed the disease, but they slow down the feeding of the disease so they can keep feeding off of the victim, right? So instead of you dying of cancer in 2 days, they'll feed the cancer slowly. They'll slow down the cancer so that it takes months to years. And during that time, they can collect off of your suffering. That's how the medical system works, in my mind. That's just my opinion. That's my opinion. Pure opinion. Let's see. Marcy says they still are ideas to and kill the one that did it. Yeah. Marcy says came up with an idea like Kerry Mullins and the PCFT test. He said could not be used in diagnosis. Yeah, yeah, it's crazy. Kevin Dugan says she was almost laughing at the part where she was saying people were trying to break down her door to kill her. She's full of shit. A duping delight. Jane Miller says AOC knows how to influence people involved in different cultures, so she knows how to hustle folks. Yeah, she's a hustler. Kevin Dugan says a lot of research I see Nazis working with the Israelis, working with the communists all together. Yeah, because they have a basic understanding of what they want to do. Executive orders are just decrees. Yes, they juice all situations. Yeah, that's what they do. That's their job. Oh, my Lord. That's what they do. They have to juice it. They have to milk it, because if they don't, then people start to realize and they start to pay attention. So they always have to bring up. They have something that always has to happen for them to continue to do what they do and expand their control. You know what I'm saying? So I look past all the bullshit. I try to anyway. I try to look past all the bullshit. I try not to get caught up in the bullshit. I try not to, like, even when some of these politicians, man, they'll spit some shit that'll have you like, ooh wee, man, they just spoke truth to power. Well, what I do is I take that message and I'll leave the messenger, right? I'll take that truth and I say, yeah, he just spit truth right there. But there's still a piece of shit politician. But even a slithering snake can speak the truth, right? Even a slithering snake with his fangs hidden can speak the truth. But they'll still strike and inject venom into your bloodstream. So, you know, take the truth and watch out for the venom, y'all. Yeah, so, you know, hold on real quick, you guys. Hold on. This is going to come off for a minute. Hold on. What's up, y'all? Good. Am I back, guys? Let me know if you got a 5x5. Good. So, they're liars, man. They lie every 2 seconds. Y'all remember back in the 70s? Remember back in the 70s when they said that the earth, that we were going through global cooling, right? Remember they said that shit? First it was global cooling, right? Oh, the earth is going through global cooling. Everything's gonna freeze over, right? And guess what? When it didn't happen, they had to change it to global warming, right? So they changed it to global warming, right? And they said the sea level is gonna rise. They said California's gonna get swallowed up by water. Florida was gonna get inundated with water. I mean, Florida's already kind of inundated with water, but you know, when the sea levels didn't rise like they said, they had to change it, right? When everywhere on the planet didn't get super hot like they said it would, they had to change it to climate change, right? So now it's climate change. So now it's so ambiguous that anything that happens, you know, it can no longer be called a lie, because they say, hey, it's just climate change, right? Well, wait till you see the new thing they're saying. Wait till you see the new thing they're saying. I think it's hilarious myself. This is funny. So no longer, and this is the thing, CO2 is no longer the culprit, right? CO2 is no longer the culprit. Let me tell y'all what happened. Okay, so they said, and I try to remember to drop a link in the description when this uploads, but let me tell y'all. And if you know, if there's a mod that wants to put a link in the description, look up clean pandemic air causes the planet to warm. Okay, so now they're saying, if you guys want to put a link in the description. Yep, a goddamn canteen. Yep. So if a mod will be so kind as to put in to look up clean air from the pandemic causes the planet to get warmer. Okay, and put that, if you can find the article, you can put that in the description. So now they're saying that because of the pandemic, there's less pollution, right? And because there's less pollution, the air or the planet is getting warmer. in certain places. So now, pollution, so which one is it? Does it cause global warming, or does it cause, which one is it? They're saying less sulfates in the air that are causing, so they're saying that there's sulfates and particulates in the air. Now, I want you to pay attention to this. Sulfates and other things, particulates, which they're saying are coming from cars, right? They're saying particulates from vehicles are going into the air and causing the heat from the sun to get dispersed and be reflected back out into space. Now, I'm sorry, but I thought CO2 was trapping the heat that the sun put into the planet. I thought that the sun, like the rays of the sun, would hit the earth, because typically, let's say you don't have CO2, which is impossible, right? Or let's say you don't have a lot of CO2 in the air, causing pollution, right? Well, what happens is the heat from the sun comes down and gets trapped in the CO2. The CO2 does not allow the heat to get released back into the plant, to the atmosphere, and back into space. But now they're saying the opposite happens with car pollution. They're saying now that the particulates and the sulfates or whatnot from the cars, right, are reflecting the sun's heat back out. That's what they're saying. I tell you, man, it's so obvious. Thank you, Marcy T. Marcy T just dropped a link.
For real though, like,
Oh, let's see. Kevin Dugan says, John Kerry has never been right about anything in his life, and he still has a job. Exactly. And he's flying around on his private jet with his CO2 footprint. So, help me understand how this is happening. I thought the CO2 was trapping the heat, melting the polar ice caps, and raising the sea levels, and all this other shit. So now, you mean to tell me that it's the sulfates and the particulates? What? They're saying from the mines as well, from the coal mines in China and whatnot. These people, you can't really call them on it, because they stopped calling it global cooling and they stopped calling it global warming. They started calling it climate change. Well, anybody has any common sense knows, it has any history and knowledge of geology knows that the planet, the climate changes already. It's been changing for millions of years. It goes into ice ages and comes out of ice ages. That's what happens. The climate changes. This is reality. It used to be where, like, the Mississippi River went all the way from Mississippi all the way up through Canada, and it wasn't a river. It was like a little ocean in between. So that just is what it was. The sea level was so high in certain points in history that the Mississippi River was more like it was more like a sea. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, that shit happens, man. That shit happens. But again, they want to co-opt that reality and turn it into something so that they can control what you do and what you don't do. Now, is pollution real? Of course it is. I'm not saying it isn't. But if you want to throw more taxes on the people, if you want to tax people for more shit, you just tell them that we have to save the planet. Oh, so we gotta put this mileage tax on you. We gotta put this gas tax on you. So guess what Joe Biden wants to do? I don't think it's an executive order, but he wants to tax your mileage. Every mile you drive, he wants to tax it. It's a mileage tax for gas and shit. All right. If you have a gas vehicle, he will tax you for driving your vehicle. So I'm pretty sure that's just going to come into the form of, you know, raising the gas prices, right? It'll probably tax the shit out of gas, and you'll be paying a shitload of money for gas. And then he wants to go all electric vehicle. Well, you have to create these electric vehicles. You have to charge these electrical vehicles with electricity, right? I mean, you might be able to put a solar panel on top of the car and allow the sun to charge your car. But what if the sun is not putting out enough power that day? What if there's a snowstorm? What if it's overcast? What if you're in Alaska or something where you can have 30 days of night? What about that? You're still going to need a generator to generate electricity, and you need fuel to power that generator. You understand what I'm saying? Even building electric vehicles creates a carbon footprint just because of the demands on the power grid that it has. So these people are full of shit. It's not about saving the planet, y'all. It's about finding whatever way they can to tax the shit out of you and take your money and control your lives. That's what it's about. Let's see. Oh, hey, Deuce. Why are you complaining about the canteen, man? There's worse things to drink out of than a canteen. Kevin Dugan says the environmental cult, the extension of the rebellion. They certainly are nuts, but very wealthy. Absolutely. Lithium, barium, terpenes, strontium, aluminum. Yep. Darius Williams says, I'm in the medical field, and yes, we need these folks sick and dying. Imagine cure for everything. No need for doctors, hospitals, or ME. Yeah. Nope. And that's why they went after Dr. Sebi so hard. That's why they went after Dr. Sebi so hard and tried to lock him up for saying that he cured certain diseases. Well, he won that case. That should tell you something. The problem was he charged so much for his information that most people couldn't really afford it. So, but it is what it is. That's capitalism. You know what I'm saying? Can't be really mad at that. But do you think the pharmaceutical industry wants you healthy? No. They don't want your immune system on point. They don't want you to be fit. They don't want any of that. That's why they do push the things they push, right? That's why they want you to wear face flags. Because, hell, that's why they want you to wear 2 or 3 or 4 face flags. Because they want you to breathe back in your own CO2, raise your cortisol levels, send your body into the stress, and compromise your immune system so that you can't get sick. And every now and then, they'll tell us the truth. Like that expert on the Joe Biden's Tecate 19 task force that said that wearing 2 face flags could increase your chance of infection of the Modelo 19. Every now and then they'll come out with the truth. He even said most people don't wear one mask correctly. So, you know, they don't want us healthy at all, man. Dark Nebula says, and then he mysteriously died. Who we talking about, Dark Nebula? You Stupid Fool says, happy birthday, brother. And the best way to celebrate is staying dangerous. Hell yeah, man. I stay dangerous. See this? In case a motherfucker want to sneak up on me. This right here, I ain't even gonna pull it out. I'm ready. Let's see. Sneak up on me. I'm gonna assume you want to take my life. So I will do wherever I have to defend myself and defend my life. So just so y'all know. I'm like a badger, goddammit. You ever try to corner a badger? You don't want to do it. You ever try to corner a Wolverine? Don't want to do it. Sneak up on a Wolverine, you get the claws. You said learn Latin, Marcy T? Yeah, I was thinking about that. Marcy T says, oh yeah, Mike Morales. Yeah, I like Mike Morales. Y'all check out Mike Morales' channel. He does these live streams where he's talking about the climate and what they're doing and how they're manipulating the weather. Really good information. Mike Morales. Let's see. So these particulates that they're talking about that were causing the sun's rays to be reflected out is very interesting because those very particulates tend to be sprayed from certain flight vehicles that be in the sky, spraying certain trails in the sky. You understand what I'm saying? Oh man, look at this. It's beautiful. Look at that blue. Look at that. Look at that blue. It could be bluer, but it's pretty damn blue, y'all. I love when the sky is blue like that. You know you're getting some fresh air. We gotta do two more. Overhead over here complaining about canteens. Canteens are great. I don't know what you're talking about. Let's see. Lorraine was good. Mercy says, I can't stand my ex-nurse friends going along to get along for shame. Yes, shame on them, exactly. They know better. Marcy T says, how about 6 feet or mask on them? Use social distance too. Right. Yeah, Derek Williams. They said for a mask. That's the dumbest shit I ever heard in my life, though, man. Like, anybody who believes that bullshit is somebody that don't deserve to be giving people information. Let's see. Derek C. Williams says confirmed. CDC recommends no cheering or clapping during Super Bowl to avoid spreading the AIDS-19. Thank you, Lorraine. Let's see. Oh, Sonny, Sonny out there, Marcy T? Out there in Flint, Michigan? So, you know, it's funny too about the Super Bowl. They think the Super Bowl is gonna be a super spreader. I wonder, are they allowing the Super Bowl to happen? If Tecate 19 was such a concern, why not shut down the Super Bowl? Why haven't any of these games go on? You see, it's a bunch of bullshit. It's just like when they didn't have a problem with the riots, right? For George Floyd and all that. They didn't have a problem with those super spreaders, right? But when people wanted to get together to protest restrictions, they had a problem with it. All of a sudden, those were super spreaders. And they came out and told you, oh, avoid these super spreader events unless it's unless it has something to do with racial injustice and all that stuff. How you doing?
Fine.
Good.
Get my cameo. I'm out here every day.
Yeah. That's right. Get it. But, you know, it's funny how they pick and choose which super spreader events are okay and which ones aren't. And we still put faith in these people. We still listen to these people and take what they say for gospel. Like, where they do that at? Not in a world filled with people with common sense, I'll tell you that. Lorraine says, Marcy says, we must give them bread and circuses, as Huxley and Wells said. Yep. Give them bread and circuses and they'll never revolt. And we have enough bread and enough circus, I'll tell you that. Lorraine says, there are breathable poisons, pollutants, pathogens in our air. Yeah, no doubt. Mark Moreno's Climate Depot is here. Okay, I'll check that out. Y'all check these links out, y'all. Information is power. Information is power. But then what's more powerful is fact checking and research. Get as much information as possible on a certain subject so that you can better inform yourself. It's really about informing yourself. It's not really about what you can tell other people. It's about learning how to discern and decipher information that you receive so that you're not so easily duped. You understand what I'm saying? You don't want to fall prey to, you don't want to fall victim to misinformation. It's all over the place, man. It's all over the place. Yeah, pathogens. Yes, breathing behind those masks will make us susceptible. Especially, like I said, if you don't have a mask, like a full face mask with an exhalation valve and a filter that will stop viruses, then you're not doing anything but compromising your own, compromising your oxygen intake. That's what you're doing. And 90% of people I see wearing these face flags, they're not wearing a proper mask. They're not wearing the proper face flag that would really stop something like Modelo 19. They're not. That's why, like I said, the CDC report said, there's a CDC report that shows that 71% of people hospitalized with Modelo 19 always wear a mask. 4% never wore a mask. I shared that link. I don't know how long ago that was. I did that in one live. Maybe I'll drop it in this description for this live too. Once it renders, I'll find that report again. Plain as day. All you gotta do is go look at it. There's more information in there too about people in restaurants spreading it more and all this other shit. But y'all get the gist. From the particles, then you are pH-D imbalanced, which cause major illness. Exactly. See, people don't think about that. pH imbalance. pH balance. You know what I'm saying? The pH balance. Your pH balance has to be on point. Your gut flora has to be on point. Your gut flora has to be balanced. You know what I'm saying? And you got to have enough stomach acid to eradicate certain diseases. You see, your body has multiple stages of immunity with which to fight disease or fight the cause of disease, right? So imagine when they give you the hokey pokey, right? When they give you a hokey pokey for whatever virus or bacteria, they're putting that right into your bloodstream. And they have to use adjuvants just to attract your body's immune system to whatever disease they're putting in you, because they're putting a disease in you. They're putting a pathogen in you that's supposed to be inert and sterile, right? Supposed to be. So your body reacts to the adjuvant that attracts your immune system to it. And then, you get flu-like symptoms, you get the fever and all this other shit. And of course, that's how they explain the side effects for the Modelo 19 hokey pokey. They'll tell you, oh no, that's a good sign. If you have a reaction to the Modelo 19 hokey pokey, that's a good sign. That just means your body is fighting pieces of the virus that your body created. You understand what I'm saying? Think about this. Think about how the mRNA hokey pokey works. All right, they use messenger RNA to instruct your body to create the spike protein that's supposed to be identical to the Modelo 19 spike protein. So that's what it's doing. It's not even putting the spike protein in you. It's having your DNA created, right? And then your body gets attracted to it, right, via the adjuvant, and it's supposed to fight it. So then you can get this reaction from it. Okay. Now, how is it that they know the code with which to have your DNA create this protein? They let something slip every time. In my mind, look, this is just my opinion. The fact that they can put something in you that can give instructions to your DNA to create Modelo 19, it makes me ask this question. How did Modelo 19 get created in the first place? How did it get created in the first place? And what do we know about viruses? Hold on, y'all. Let me read some comments before y'all go too far. Marcy says you become atitotic and will die from chronic use, while they have projected to wear until at least 20. They got life fucked up. Let me tell y'all something. It's not just gonna be until 2025. You know why? Because Bill Gates already has the next pandemic laid out. Okay? Bill Gates already had the next pandemic. It's already in the works, all right? If Bill Gates tells you, because this is what he said in the next 10 years, there will be, or wait, did he say in the next 10 years, or did he say there will be another pandemic that's 10 times worse than Modelo 19? It's already laid out. Let me tell y'all something. If he said that, unless we stop the plan, we're in for a world of trouble, okay? And I feel like these face flags are instrumental in making that happen. Making us wear these face flags is going to be instrumental in making that next pandemic crack. I'm just talking about a fiction novel I'm writing, okay? It's part of my fiction novel, The Seeds of Dark Matter. So this is just, I'm just running a story by you guys, okay? I'm bouncing things off of you guys to see if it'll stick, okay? So this is all part of a fiction novel I'm writing. So face flags, I feel like, will be instrumental in making the next pandemic 10 times worse. Let's see. Darcy Williams says the face flags offers no health benefits in a fiction novel. The people who tell you on the box, yeah, it's not intended to prevent the spread protect person from Modelo 19. Straight up and down. But that doesn't matter because they'll still wear them. These nincompoops. Marcy says we're the ones going down in his story. Is it for good or resistance or good going along to get mines? Yeah, that's what's up. Marcy, you on point. The S-Hop kills your, the hokey pokey kills your cells one at a time and then implants itself in replacement so you're no longer human. You are a programmable Sith for their pleasures. That's where we're headed towards, I believe. I'm telling you, y'all need to read The Seeds of Dark Matter, Disease, for real. Because I get into a lot of shit. Book 2 will be hopefully released by the summer. Gay said the next virus will really get their attention this time. Yeah. He can't wait. He can't wait to make that happen. He can't wait to release it in the fiction novel I wrote. So, this is the question. If messenger RNA, if they have messenger RNA that can instruct your DNA to create proteins that are identical to the Modelo 19 spike proteins, what makes you think that they can't put messenger RNA in your bloodstream with instructions to create the entire Modelo 19 with the spike proteins and everything? What makes you think they can't do that or won't? All I know is Fauci said side effects are expected with many vaccines because your body's reacting to fight them, right? To fight the inert or piece of virus that's been injected into you so that it can better fight that virus in the future. So my question is this. What do we know? What's the most crucial thing we know about a virus? What's the most crucial thing? A virus is not a living thing, right? It's not a living thing. It's more like a robot, right? It's more like a robot that is created to perform a specific task. That's what a virus is. Virus isn't like a bacteria. Bacteria is like a single-celled organism, that has its own mission, that looks out for itself. Viruses, they'll tell you that the virus's mission is to replicate itself. And to replicate itself. So it uses your cells to do that, and then it destroys your cells from the inside out. Right? That's what they tell you viruses do. But for what purpose? What's the purpose? What do viruses eat? Why do viruses choose to proliferate? For what? What are they doing? What's their purpose? If they're not living things, they don't really have a purpose, but to serve the living thing, right, that they are a part of. Now, this has been proven through studies and experiments and science and all that shit. There are viruses in your body all the time, right? There are always viruses in your body. Viruses already exist in your body, right? They don't fly around or float around the air and go from person to person. Now they'll tell you they get spread through a droplet, right? Oh, it'll spread through a droplet and go in your mouth and go in your eyes and all that shit. Okay, that's what they tell you. Okay. But, there are other viruses in your body. Specifically, I'll talk about one virus. Hold on, y'all. Let me see what y'all talking about. Waiting for C's too. That's what's up.
I need to change my whole mind.
All right. Kevin Dugan says, listen here, the truth about the vaccine. It has monkey snot in it, no lie. Well, that's the thing. They have to have, so they have to have a culture. They have to culture the virus using existing components of another thing, right? Because viruses can't exist on their own. They cannot exist outside of the host body. So they need something to grow in, all right? With hepatitis, they say hepatitis, it needs a liver, right? It needs a liver. So guess what? They use horse liver. Ooh. They use horse liver to cultivate the virus for the hepatitis vaccine. Or hokey pokey. So the same has to be true. And why would they be using monkey snot? I can't confirm that. This is what Kevin Dugan says. I haven't heard that. But they said it came from a bat via a pig or something, right? Why aren't they using pig parts? I don't know, but whatever. Let me see. Gates confirms 50,000 to 70,000 dead, injured from the jab. But Fauci says at least 80% of Americans should get vaccinated. Yes, it's retarded.
I hope they do.
I mean, you can go to the VAERS to get a log. Now it's a passive system, so anybody can put in information about hokey pokey injuries, but it's believed that only 1% of actual total number of injuries are reported in the VAERS. So, it is what it is. But yeah, you just go to that. Oh, let's see. Good build as always. Happy birthday. Thank you, Derek Williams.
She probably.
I'm gonna step aside to handle some business. Salute the Snapzilla Gorilla. Good looking out, Derek. Lorraine says, what do we do? How do we protect our heritage, our babies, our loved ones? What's the triggering factor word to grasp one's attention? To pay attention, to be proactive. Well, what I do I just talk to people, man. I talk to as many people as I can, and I drop evidence and I drop receipts. I drop receipts for them to look at. You know what I'm saying? And you have to keep bombarding them. You can't give up. You have to keep bombarding them with real information to back up what you're saying and to expose the lies that they're believing from these officials.
So
That's what I do. I just drop information time after time after time with evidence after evidence after evidence. I expose this, I expose that. I share as much as I can. And more and more people come on board. Some people just aren't ready for the truth. But you just have to condition them. You actually have to social engineer these people to be ready for the truth. Because social engineering got them to believing in the lie in the first place. So you have to reverse that. You have to social engineer them yourself. And you do that by constantly exposing them to shit. Exposing them to this, exposing. That's how they do it to us. When our children go to the indoctrination program that they call school, right? The indoctrination program they call school for 18 years, they are conditioning and socializing our children to believe in the system and to obey. They have to show up on time. They have to listen. They have to follow these rules. They have to obey, right? They have to, when the bell rings, they got to hop to it, right? If they're late, if they're not in class, when the bell rings, a truant officer is going to come pick them up. All this other shit. So they're being conditioned. And then the information they're given in class it's repetitive. So repetition is how you get these people to see what the truth is. And you have to repetitively dish out the truth. Just like they repetitively disseminate lies, we have to repetitively disseminate truth to these people so that they can understand what's really going on.
yeah.
So they'll know, okay, so this is what the truth is. And then eventually they'll snap out of it. But it takes one, like, you have to understand too, you're a single individual. You know what I'm saying? But the more people wake up, the more they thirst for that knowledge, the more they thirst to share that knowledge. So you'll have more people spreading that knowledge, spreading that truth. You know what I'm saying? So you just have to bombard them. You can't be discouraged because sometimes they'll get mad at you. They'll call you conspiracy theorists, and they'll say you're delusional. They'll say you're crazy and all this other shit. But you just got to keep trucking. Because if you're presenting facts to back up what you're saying, they can say what they want. You know, now they're just in denial, and eventually they'll snap out of it. Goodness gracious. So you just have to keep hitting them with the truth. Keep hitting them with the truth bombs. And eventually, they'll get it. So that's what I do. That's what I do.
But like Crystal said, it's like, what kind of drinker are you? Are you a fast?
Oh, that dude says I hella motivate. And that's what I try to do too. Because I'm gonna tell y'all something, man. If you want people to take you seriously, you have to be proactive. You have to lead by example. You have to show people that you're living what you're talking about. You understand what I'm saying? That's why, did I show you? I didn't do a video with my survival supplies, huh? With my preparedness stuff. I still didn't get these damn generators. I was supposed to get these damn generators. I still ain't got them. So I had to file a dispute with PayPal to get my money back because I don't think they're coming. So now I got to get some generator from somewhere else. Shit pisses me off. Anyway, so I got duped. Yeah, you have to motivate people to want to listen to you. You got to show them that, you know, you ain't just talking, you out here getting shit moving. You know what I'm saying? Unlike some people who spend hours on a live stream sitting in a chair, cussing people out and calling them idiots and acting like a little bitch. And then, you know, then turn around 2 hours later after they shut that live stream down to play video games till 1 o'clock in the morning and eat a bunch of crap like McDonald's and, you know, eat a bunch of bullshit and look like a little punk and shave his eyebrows and all that shit. You know, it's hard to take people seriously when they're doing shit like that.
Absolutely nobody here.
You know? Let's see. All right. Lorraine says, somebody breathing hard like a motherfucker. Oh, he's wearing a one of those conditioning masks, which is actually okay because it has an exhalation valve. And you only wear it during exercise so that, you know, you improve your lung capacity. Let me see. Oh yeah, I've been on this. I've been on it. Yeah, Modelo 19 didn't spark this.
You couldn't because the weed tea had everybody.
All right, so Derek C. Williams has dropped the link to the vaccine adverse event reporting system. All right, so that's what he did.
Yeah, and then even my stepmom.
When you first started, you were huffing and puffing. Now you make it look easy. Word, right? I know, huh? I don't know if I make it look easy, but I'll make it look easier than I did when I started. So yeah, Derek Williams has dropped the link to the VAERS in the chat room, and it'll have information of all, not all, but you know, people can report vaccine injuries in this system. Now it's not you know, anybody can go in there and do it. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, I don't know why people would lie about it. But again, it's thought that only 1% of the people that actually have injuries are reported. So just based on previous other vaccines, you know what I'm saying? The Modelo Hokey Pokey is new. So, but it has a shitload. If you go to it, the Modelo 19 Hokey Pokey already has a shitload of injury cases, and it includes deaths as well. So y'all can check that out. Dark Nebula says yes, he would appreciate a survivalist video. Yeah, I'm gonna just go ahead and do it because I don't know when I'll be able to get a generator, but I don't necessarily need one to show y'all what I got, you know, so I'll do that for sure. I want to do more videos than just these rucking lives, man. I want to do more stuff, but like I said, with the kids, you know, and all that shit, just a lot of demand on my time right now, and it's hard to do videos at home when you got a bunch of kids running around. So what I want to do, I want to set up my garage with internet so that I can have a good connection.
You all live?
Yeah. So I can have a good internet connection while I do videos at home. I can go in my garage and do them. You know what I'm saying? So having quiet space. Basically, set my garage up to be like a studio, but not really because it's not gonna be soundproofed. But you know, it is what it is. So that's the plan. I just got to get internet to the back. So, but yeah, that's how I turn people around. I just constantly spread information. Constantly put out information and allow them. So sometimes you have to connect the dots for people and show how things are connected. how two seemingly unrelated things can actually go together and correlate. And sometimes you put out information and people start to connect the dots on their own. They start to do their own due diligence. And then they start to share information. And that's how you spread it. That's how you get it out there as much as possible. Because right now, I don't have the reach. I don't have the reach I'd like to have to really spread this information, but I'm working on it. See what I'm saying? So, but I'm getting there. I'm getting there. You know what I'm saying? Slowly but surely. But I don't know how long. I haven't gotten any strikes yet, but you know, I don't know if I'll ever be able to gain a huge audience on YouTube like that, because I'm suppressed, you know? That's just the fact. I'm suppressed, so it is what it is. Anyway, I think my video froze. Anyway, you guys, I'm gonna get off this live right now. I'm gonna get off this. You guys have a great day. Y'all stay up. Keep spreading that information. Do your due diligence. Do your research. Fact check. And when you present this information to people, make sure you got some receipts so there's nothing they can say against it, you know what I mean? And if they say something against it, they're gonna have to present their own evidence to be taken seriously. So, you know, that's how you do that. Anyway, much love to you guys. Y'all stay up, be safe. And I'm gonna go enjoy the rest of my birthday under these blue skies. You know what I'm saying? Out in the sunlight, unlike some idiot from LA, you know, that sits in a chair and talks shit to people all day and thinks he's intelligent. Like, you know, the amazing Lucas, that type of idiot. Yep, calling him out again. Anytime you want to throw these hands, the amazing Lucas, ain't gonna be no slapping. Ain't gonna be no slapping. Ain't gonna be no smacking. Straight fisticuffs. You understand what I'm saying? So, you know, and I got the gloves. I keep my mouthpiece in the truck. You understand what I'm saying? Wherever you want to bang it out, pause. We can get it popping. All right? And you can sneak up, whatever. I got something for that too. Because motherfuckers sneak up on me, my life is threatened. And I'm gonna do whatever it takes. So, it is what it is. Holla at your boy. Stop being a punk. Stop, you know what? I'm gonna say it. Even if you want to send me your little, because one time you said that you got friends with criminal records that you can send after somebody because you got too much to lose. So you send that motherfucker too. Whoever you got, whoever you want to send. If you too scared, I can't do it myself. I got too much to lose. All right, send your boy. Send whoever you got. It is what it is. I ain't worried about it. Whoever you got. Don't get mad. If somehow you're falling behind a vehicle shaped like a hearse, you know what I'm saying? Don't feel bad. Don't feel guilty, because he made his own decision and got himself in the position he got himself in. Don't get mad if that happened. Don't feel bad for him. You know what I'm saying? You know, next time, just do it the right way, face to face. You know, like a man. Don't send your boyfriends to handle your lightweight, right? I'm lightweight, I'm light work. Would you call me Tiny Tim? Don't send your boyfriend to handle your lightweight. I'm Tiny Tim. You got it. You got it. I'm telling you, it'll be a head-up fade with some gloves and a referee if you want. Let me get somebody to ref. Make sure it's copacetic. If you're afraid to go to jail, we can make it legit. You know what I'm saying? So, quit being a little punk and handle your business. You see, people have to answer for their words. And when you threaten children, for whatever reason, whether it was a joke, whether you were just angry at the time because you really don't have any real thing of substance to come back with, so what you do is you attack someone personally and attack their family verbally. You know, some people gonna let that slide. Some people are gonna be intimidated by that and back off. Not me. I'm not in the least bit intimidated. So whenever you want it, you got my email address. You know what I'm saying? Email me. We can make it happen whenever, whatever. So quit acting like a little bitch. Quit talking about you're gonna send your felonious friends, your felonious boyfriends out to fight your fights for you. Fight your own fucking fights. You see, when you were talking that shit, you said you have nothing to lose. You said I have something to lose. You said I have a family and kids to take care of. You're the one who said you ain't got nothing to lose. Now all of a sudden, you got shit to lose? That lets you know what a walking, hypocritical contradiction the idiot Lucas is. So, I'm not letting up. And like I said, how you doing? We don't ever have to meet up. But I'm gonna keep talking this shit until you come face me. Point blank in the period. So, it is what it is. And ooh, God forbid, it happens by chance where we end up in the same place and we can be face to face then. I'm gonna take your threat against my family and my life seriously, and I'm gonna fear for my life. I'm gonna fear for my life when I see you by chance, and I'm gonna handle the situation as though I fear for my life. That's how we're gonna do that. So, and how do I do that? Well, I can't really say, because, you know, it's gonna be in the moment. I don't know how I'm gonna react. But just so y'all know, I'm in fear of my life because the amazing Lucas, really the coward Lucas, the idiot Lucas, threatened my life and threatened to harm my family. So, you know, if he said if he saw me and my family, he's gonna make me disappear and he's gonna harm my children and my wife. So, you know, I take that as a serious, credible threat, and I'm in fear of my life. I'm paranoid right now. You got me? I'm in fear for my life. For future reference, you know what I'm saying? Clip this video, do what you gotta do with it. I ain't letting up. See, I have commitment issues. I have commitment issues. I tend to be committed to things. Once I start something, once something catches my interest, once I have a mission about something, I'm committed. I'm committed to that mission. until that mission is complete or until it's a failure. Until that mission can't be done anymore. So just so y'all know, I'm committed to this thing. So I'll holler at y'all later. It is what it is. Like, share, subscribe. Fact check, always fact check. Always do your own research, do your due diligence. Don't take anybody's word for anything. Always vet your sources, always. Always use discernment when you're getting information, all right? So, much love to you guys. Peace out. Holler at y'all later. Hold on real quick. Let me answer Jay Higgins' questions real quick. Do you think governments are giving bad advice so that we all die when there are really deadly virus hits? Yeah, I wouldn't put it past them. I don't know if they want us all dead. They just want enough of us dead so that it's easier to control the rest of us. Because they need slaves. They need worker bees to keep that shit going. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, peace out. Much love. Bye, Chelsea. Oh, Chelsea doesn't exist. How you doing? Much love to you guys. Peace out.